And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome here to the final race of the NNSCRA Almond Joy series. And the reason I say final race, it's not because the series is going to be ending it after a first season, but rather it's the last time Almond Joy will be sponsoring this series. As if you haven't been following us on Facebook, the latest announcement is that this series will be renamed the NNSCRA Pizza Hut X Series next season. It will still be Season 2, but a new sponsorship coming on to sponsor the series, so glad to have Pizza Hut on board for Season 2. So, it is the final race of the Almond Joy series as stated, and it's also the final race of the season. We are going to be crowning ourselves our inaugural Almond Joy series champion when the checkered flag waves here today at Auto Club after 25 laps. Now, in theory, coming into today's race, there are 5 drivers that are still eligible for the championship. This all basically comes down to where Matthew Daleo was scored last week after the calamity that took place on the final lap at Talladega Superspeedway. What basically NNSCRA did was they went back, they looked to see at the time that the race was called official, how many cars had passed Matthew Daleo at the time, and according to official NNSCRA scoring, Matthew Daleo was scored in the 19th position to finish out that race. The unofficial scoring had him finishing in 6th place, but going back, looking at the live scoring at the exact time that the race was called official, Matthew Daleo was scored in the 19th position, and that, amazingly enough, has him coming into this race tied with Brooke Allen for the points lead. Both drivers coming in with 1,305 points apiece, so those two basically dead even. They need to keep an eye on each other in this field during the course of this race and try and finish ahead of each other. The other 3 drivers that are still in the hunt, Benny Watson, he's still in the hunt, only 5 points out of the points lead, so only 5 points separating the top 3. So Allan, Daleo, and Watson, that's where the big battle's going to go on. However, there are a couple of drivers, there could be some kind of miracle that could happen here, and they could maybe win the championship. 3-time winner K Jazzin is one of those drivers. 26 points out. Now, for K to win the championship, K needs to basically finish a total of 22 points, or 22 positions ahead of Benny Watson, 27 spots ahead of Brooke Allen and Matthew Daleo. So theoretically, K Jazzin even have any chance of winning the championship has to finish in the top 15 here today and have a little bit of help. The other driver that is still mathematically eligible for the championship, it would be a long shot driver, would be John Anders. Anders is 44 points out, and theoretically, he would have to win the race, have Matthew Daleo, Brooke Allen, and Benny Watson all finish in 38th, 39th, and 40th, and have K Jazzin finish no better than 28th here today. Without further ado, we're going to be going down trackside to get the command to fire these engines up as A Stoudimere Jr. sits on the pole for this race, still looking for his first win of the season. Alongside of him, last week's winner at Talladega, 2-time winner now in the Almond Joy Series, J Finguy. Let's get the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
And there's the command to fire them up. We're going to quickly show you we've got 5 onboard cameras today on our 5 chase drivers. So we will show those onboards to you now and show you just what kind of task these drivers have set for themselves and having to get their way through the field. None of them really starting up close to the front of the field. Chevrolet. Just alongside of her there is the batteries and bulbs. Number 78 of Matthew Daleo. That motion is starting mid-pack. Benny Watson in the 89. He's starting even further back there in the really nice Chevrolet Camaro. By John Anders, the long shot driver, there he is. He's starting somewhat close to the front of the field. Blown off and coming in 11th position. And then 3-time winner of the 7th car out of Junior Motorsports, K Jazzin, great Chevrolet, started up here in the 5th spot. Highest starter of the chase riders. So who is it going to be? More than likely it's going to be either Allan, Daleo, or Watson, but Jazzin and Andrews still, as I said, mathematically have a shot. The other drivers in this field, they want to end the season with a victory. Some of them looking for their first win of the season, some their second, some their third, and some of them their unprecedented 4th win of the year. We're about ready to turn them loose for 25 laps of racing here at California Speedway, Auto Club Speedway, what have you. Final race of the season of the Almond Joy Series is green. You can see right there, this is a multi-groove track, and they're already 4 wide back there. Behind him, A Stoudimere Jr. That's K Jazzin, Connor Breton, and Jazzin up into the wall with Jefferson and Breton right here on the first lap. Oh man, some people will call it guts, some people would call it foolhardy. Jefferson's on his roof. And that just took one of our 5 competitors out of the championship hunt. Yellow flag is out immediately on the first lap. And A Stoudimere Jr., who got a great jump on the start, is going to lead us under our first caution. Well, Auto Club can usually hold them 4 wide, but that was a tight 4 wide, and that's why they wrecked. There's K Jazzin, there's Connor Breton. 2 of the 3 involved, and there's the one that got the biggest hit. That's J Jefferson in the 28 car. And here comes K Jazzin to pit road. Well, Jazzin went for it. Tried to make it 4 wide, tried to gain early position, and just like that, K Jazzin, 3-time winner this season's championship hopes go up in smoke. I'll be surprised if they get that car repaired. I mean, the 17, 7, and 28 all took hard licks into that outside retaining wall. Jazzin pulling in right in front of J Jefferson, and yep, Jazzin calling it a day. Pit stop's going to take place here. Some driver's going to decide to come to pit road. One driver I just saw stay out, and that was K Denton in the 1. So Denton will get credit for leading a lap. K Shearer has also stayed out, along with T Markel, Mitchell Carter. I think that was A Navarro as well, staying out. It looks like just about everybody else is coming to pit road. Benny Watson, gas and go for the 89. Looks like everybody gas and go strategy. So it's like 5 drivers: Denton, Shearer, Markel, Carter, and Navarro. They all decided to stay out. Let's take a look and see what puts under the caution for the first time here today, though, at Auto Club Speedway. Now, they had fanned out 4 wide, almost 5 wide going into this corner, but they were only still 4 wide. Now, watch the 7 car of K Jazzin. Look at all that room that's right there to the left of the 7. That 4 car of Zachariah Hall not really running Jazzin up the track, and Jazzin just slides up right here. Doesn't give Connor Breton any entry into turn 1. And there they go up into the wall. I mean, you saw behind them they were 4 wide with, it looked like Jonathan Zoerlein, Grayson Acevedo, K Denton. They gave each other room, but K Jazzin gave no room to Connor Breton. And J Jefferson, just an innocent victim, caught there on the outside line, nowhere to go when the 7 and the 17 hooked right up in front of him. And hard into that wall, up and into the air, and the car actually on its roof comes to rest on its roof. J Jefferson, former winner this season. Tough break there for him. It looks like I'll be surprised if either him or K Jazzin continue this race. I already saw Jazzin went behind the wall, and big question mark on Connor Breton as well. A lot of heavy-duty contact with that outside retaining wall for all 3 of those race cars. Well, we have not yet gotten the 1 to go signal. However, we do have 2 drivers officially out of this race. K Jazzin, championship hopes gone. Had a chance coming into this race. It was slim, but still a chance, and now that chance has evaporated with a 39th place finish, and J Jefferson obviously out of the race as well in 40th. Connor Breton, the only driver involved in that incident that actually has continued, but I'll be surprised if that car is completely up to speed. A lot of damage sustained on that number 17. 5 drivers decided to stay out under this caution. Everybody else came to pit road, so K Denton will restart the leader. K Shearer in 2nd, T Markel in 3rd. 4th place is going to be Mitchell Carter with A Navarro there in 5th. 4 out of the top 5 on this restart have not yet been to victory lane. Mitchell Carter has been to victory lane this season already. A Stoudimere Jr. was the leader when the caution came out after starting on the pole. Came to pit road. It was a gas and go, and was first on, first off of pit road. Restarts in 6th. J Finguy in 7th. Zachariah Hall 8th. 9th, Jesse Turner, and Grayson Acevedo is in 10th. Let's find out where our 4 remaining drivers that are still in the hunt for the championship, where they will be restarting here on lap number 6, I believe, is when we would go back green. Got to go back here to John Andrews. Andrews is going to be restarting back in the 15th position. So right now with K Jazzin out, the chance is looking a little brighter for Andrews, but again, Andrews is almost in a must-win situation. Jump back further, Brooke Allan is currently scored in 19th place, and according to our live points, she is currently situated in the spot that would get her the championship. Benny Watson is back here, restarting. Oh, Jonathan Rains, trouble for the 46, we'll get to that in a minute. Watson restarting in 23rd position. And then you got to go back here to find Matthew Daleo. Daleo a long ways back, restarting in the 36th position. So right now it is Brooke Allan who sits in the championship picture as the current points leader, and right now is currently in control of the championship as Jonathan Rains pulling down here to the inside line. And don't know what's amiss on that car. But looks like he'll probably be coming to pit road here on this restart. So a tough break there for Jonathan Rains and that 46 team. Not the way they wanted to end out the season after what started out a really, really good season for that team. But comes in today's race 27th in the point standings. And tough break there for the driver of the 46 machine. There you see Breton there continuing on after getting involved in that wreck. And we're about ready to turn him loose to go back racing. Now, if this thing goes into a long green flag run, it'd be interesting to see if maybe all those drivers coming to pit road on lap 1, if that means that they might be good to go the rest of the way on fuel. If that's the case, and this thing does go into a long green flag run, these top 5 drivers, they may not be able to make it the entire way. They may have to pit before the checker flag waves. But again, like I said, don't know for certain if maybe 6th on back are going to have to pit at least one more time. The green flag back out, Colin Denton gets us back underway in the One Main Financial Chevrolet. Being a single file restart, maybe it'll take him a little bit of time to try spreading it 3 wide once again. Well, as soon as I say that, looked like they were looking like going 3 wide back there just outside the top 10. Tyler Markle now moves into the 2nd position. Battle for 3rd, A Stoudimere Jr. to the inside of K Shearer. Now for A Stoudimere Jr. and all those others that restarted 6th on back, I mean the Goodyear rubber is just about the same. They didn't change tires, they all just went with some extra fuel in the tank on that pit stop. And Stoudimere, wow, Stoudimere's got a good car. Qualified on the pole. So we know that car is fast, that Tax Slayer Chevrolet, and now is about to challenge his teammates. It's going to be Junior Motorsports teammates battling for the lead. Denton on the outside, Stoudimere Jr. on the inside. Stoudimere Jr. has a good roll through the center of the corner. There you see it right there, as Stoudimere Jr. back to the race lead. So in a matter of about 2 laps, moved from 6th all the way back up to the top position, and Stoudimere Jr. back out in front here at Auto Club. We're going to jump to a little bit further back here, and there's Benny Watson. He's just now cracked the top 10. Benny Watson up to the 10th position. So Benny Watson looking good right at the moment, as he was able to, at some point, get by Brooke Allan. Actually, Brooke Allan is dropping like a rock. Allan's actually also lost a position just now to Matthew Daleo. Brooke Allan dropping way, way back in that Reynolds Wrap Chevrolet, and that is not good. Very slow on the restart. Look at this. Getting freight train. I mean, Caitlin Tsang made it look easy. Chris Dollerton and Paul Minnick going 3 wide. Something might be wrong with that car. A lot of speed lost on that Chevrolet Camaro. I don't know. Move back up here to the front. Now Matthew Daleo gets kicked up to the high line, courtesy of DJ Kurtis. Saw a little contact up there between William Brock and Grayson Acevedo. No harm, no foul. Rubbin's racing, and we're still green. But now Daleo's getting freight trained. Ooh, a little bit of rubbing there between A Navarro and Grayson Acevedo. These drivers not giving an inch. But up here at the front, Benny Watson is comfortably running inside the top 10. That time by scored in the 8th position. Right now, things looking good for Benny Watson. Oh, almost didn't look good, as he almost got a door full of J Finguy. Getting crazy up here as we have a battle change for the lead. Jesse Turner has just gotten by A Stoudimere Jr. For Benny Watson, even though he's running up here in the 8th position, what he's got to hope is that Brooke Allan or Matthew Daleo don't get up here close to the top 10 either, because for Benny Watson, he has to finish at least 6 positions ahead of either Brooke Allan or Matthew Daleo in order to win this championship. Talk about drivers up here that haven't won yet this season. Well, that would count the entire top 6. A Stoudimere Jr., Jesse Turner, Mike Becker, K Shearer, Colin Denton, and N Guenther. That's your top 6, and none of these drivers have yet gone to victory lane this season. They could finish out the year with a trip to victory lane, the way things are looking at the moment. As Jesse Turner, his time out in front, short-lived. A Stoudimere Jr. back to the race lead. That's obviously been the strongest car so far today, that Junior Motorsports 88. Something tells me a Stoudimere Jr. is going to lose this race if he makes a mistake. I think it's going to be really hard for these drivers to hold him at bay from taking the lead if they get by him. We saw Turner take the lead for a brief moment. That didn't last long. Colin Denton had the lead after some pit strategy, but that didn't last long. Stoudimere Jr. keeps finding a way to get to the front. Now he'll have another challenge. This time it's Mike Becker on the bottom in that number 98 out of Richard Petty Motorsports. And I'm trying to remember if Becker, I can actually look, if Becker has ever even led a lap in this series. And no, he has not. Becker has never led a lap in the Almond Joy Series this entire season. Some other drivers that haven't as well. Cody Hagen's never led a lap. Elijah Gordon obviously no longer in the series, but he had never led a lap until he left. And also Julio Cesar had never led a lap in this series. N Guenther has never led a lap in this series. As Becker now no longer on that list, he'll lead a lap here today. Gunther's got a chance maybe to get up here. He's just dropped back to the 10th position though to try and lead a lap. And now Jesse Turner back to the inside, and there you see that black and silver 89 of Benny Watson. He's now cracked the top 5, and he's moved into the 4th position, passing to Stoudimere Jr. as Jesse Turner now back to the race lead. And look at Benny Watson. My goodness, that car is wound up all of a sudden. Huge run on that inside line. He's going to go for 3rd and 2nd in one fell swoop down this straightaway into turn 1. Now what about Brooke Allan and Matthew Daleo? Have they been able to recover at all? Doesn't look like it. There's Daleo. Looks like Daleo's starting to fight his way back up towards the front. The last time by, Daleo was scored in the 28th position. And what a time to drop the ball for Brooke Allan. Right now, all the way back in 32nd position. She just lost a spot to Grayson Acevedo. This is not good. I mean, as I said, I don't know if these drivers are still going to have to maybe make another pit stop before this race is over or not. But to be honest, I'm not exactly sure if pit strategy is going to help the championship hopes of either Daleo or Brooke Allan. Right now, this is the man of the hour, Benny Watson in that 89. Now going to go up the middle 3 wide with K Shearer and Mike Becker. That's a battle for the 3rd position. And Stoudimere Jr. leaving those 3 to battle amongst themselves. Jr. into 2nd behind the current leader, Jesse Turner. Let's also keep in mind that from 6th on back on the restart, they all came to pit road to top off with fuel. A couple of drivers up here at the front still, like K Shearer and Colin Denton, actually elected to stay out under that caution. So the question of whether they can make it the rest of the way on fuel without having to pit could cost them a chance at a good finish here today. Shearer right now running in 3rd, Denton in 6th. Stoudimere Jr. back to the bottom, trying to take the race lead back away from Jesse Turner. Stoudimere Jr., as I said, has been one of the strongest cars of the day. And will lead yet another lap. And will take the lead back. Trying to go coast to coast. Started on the pole, trying to win this thing. K Shearer now slides into 2nd. K Shearer, of course, we've documented the number of times that 14 car has finished 2nd place here this season. Trying to pick up his first win of the year. Already has a win over the Hershey's Cup Series when Shearer picked up that non-charter go-or-go-home win at Indianapolis. Picked up his first Hershey's Cup Series win before he picked up his first Almond Joy Series win, which the same can be said right there for the 88 of A Stoudimere Jr. Stoudimere picked up a win at, I believe it was, I wanted to say Michigan, but I know that's incorrect. I think it was Chicagoland, actually, in the Hershey's Cup Series as a non-charter driver in the 19 before picking up a win here in the Almond Joy Series. And now they're starting to get really racy up here at the front. Turner to the inside of Shearer for the lead. Stoudimere to the inside of Benny Watson for the third position. Mike Becker there in fifth, and don't look now, but Nick Guenther's starting to reel in the top five. Nick Guenther, another driver, as we mentioned, was on that list of a driver that had not yet led a lap this entire season in Almond Joy Series competition. Hasn't been to victory lane either. Has a chance to maybe catch up here, make it a six-man fight for the race lead, potentially for the win, because next time by, it's 5 laps to go here at Auto Club. The laps have ticked by awfully quickly since we went back green. We'll look back here and see if there's still any progress being made, and there's Matthew Daleo right now has fought his way up to the 24th position, but a lot of real estate and a lot of good race cars between himself and Benny Watson. It looks like B Allan has theoretically waved the white flag of surrender for this championship unless something happens here in these final 5 laps. Still scored back in the 34th position, has made up absolutely no ground whatsoever. While the flagman was not waving to A Stoudimere Jr., but instead showing 5 fingers on his hand, indicating 5 laps to go, and now it's a 6-car fight at the front for this win. Still the question mark about K Shearer. Can he make it still on fuel? Everybody else came to pit road under our first caution, so they would have at least 1 extra lap of fuel in the tank should they need it. Mike Becker, drag race to the line by a splitter, going to be A Stoudimere Jr. and lead that lap. And look at Nick Guenther, 3 wide back here with Turner, and who looks like could be the inaugural Almond Joy Series champion, Benny Watson, in that 89. Nowhere close is Matthew Daleo nor B Allan, as Watson comfortably riding in that 6th position. Here comes K Shearer now, looking for the race lead on Mike Becker. Nick Guenther trying to get up here, maybe lead a lap. That would take him off the list. I think that would leave only like 3 drivers that are still active in this series that haven't led a lap yet. Cody Hagen and wow, I just found out Jonathan Rains actually never led a lap in this series. Thought he did. Shearer now to the lead. And as I look at it, yeah, if Guenther can lead a lap, the only 3 drivers that would not have led a lap this entire season that are still active would be Julio Cesar, Cody Hagen, and Jonathan Rains. 2 laps to go. K Shearer showing the way. Can Shearer finally break the curse of bridesmaid finishes, runner-up finishes, and finally find victory lane for the first time here in the Almond Joy Series? Big run there into turn 1, though, for the 39 of Jesse Turner. A Stoudimere Jr. right there as well, trying to go pole to win. Benny Watson would love to be able to not only win the championship, but pick up his 3rd win of the season to cap off what's been an unbelievable potential championship season for that team. Jesse Turner gets by K Shearer. The white flag will be displayed. Who's going to win this thing? Look at Stoudimere driving it down there. Might be able to make it 3 wide if he gets a good enough run into turn 1. Drives it deep. Gets by Shearer for 2nd. Couldn't quite get to the bumper of Jesse Turner, though. Jesse Turner coming to this race 35th in points. What a great way to cap off a miserable season for that 39 team if he can find victory lane here today at Auto Club. Benny Watson moves into 3rd, looks for 2nd. He's going to win the championship, but who's going to win this race? Coming off of turn number 4, Jesse Turner on the high side. Challenge from Watson, no good. Jesse Turner will win the season finale at Auto Club. Benny Watson is the inaugural Season 1 Almond Joy Series champion. What a way to cap off this year. Jesse Turner picks up his first career Almond Joy Series victory, and with an official third place finish result, Benny Watson, right place, right time, will pick up the championship here in the Almond Joy Series. He'll head into Season 2 of the Pizza Hut X Series as the defending champion. Wow. Long road to get to this point, but at the end of the day, the 89 team will be the champions of this series. A Stoudimere Jr. so close being able to go pole to win, but just couldn't quite get Jesse Turner there at the end. Will have to finish in second. Benny Watson third. K Shearer had enough fuel to get to the end, as he'll finish in fourth, and N Guenther will finish the day out in the fifth position. M Becker finishes sixth, and Connor Breton. Where the heck did the 17 come from? He was involved in our only caution of the day, and he finished in seventh. That is a shocker, especially he restarted back in the 38th position when we went back green on lap 6. He finished in the top 10. That is unbelievable. Cody Hagen will get 8th. 9th place for Jordan Lopez, and Joseph Romero will finish the season out with a 10th place finish here at Auto Club. We thought it was going to be a close points battle between Allan, Daleo, and Watson, but really Watson ran away with this championship. Matthew Daleo finishing the race in 23rd, and Brooke Allen finishing a very disappointing 32nd position. We had a total of 37 drivers finish on the lead lap. Jonathan Rains, some issues there before we went back green on the restart, finishing 2 laps down in 38th, and K Jazzin and J Jefferson both finished out of the race to end off the season. But Jesse Turner becomes a first-time winner in the Almond Joy Series here in the final race of the season here at Auto Club, and Benny Watson picks up the championship here in Season 1. Well, folks, hope you'll be tuned in for Season 2. That's sure to be exciting. Benny Watson will return as the defending champion, and there'll be a host of other drivers that'll try and take the championship chance of him going 2 in a row, try and take that from him in another season. But up next this week, we've got the Final Four. Kyle Matthews, Jake Baskinger, James Richardson, and Trent Dunham. They will battle for the championship here at Auto Club as well in our Hershey's Cup Series season finale. Will it be a runaway like it was here today for the championship, or will we actually have a down-to-the-wire, nail-biter finish for that championship in Season 3? Hope you'll tune in for that. Thanks again for tuning in this entire season for the Almond Joy Series. If you enjoyed this race, if you enjoyed this entire season, be sure to give this video a like. Subscribe to become part of the crew today. We've shown you your full finish results. Up next are your official Season 1 overall point standings and championship points, as Benny Watson has won the championship here in the first season of the Almond Joy Series. Thank you all for tuning in. We will see you guys next season in the Pizza Hut X Series, as you've been once again watching a production of the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best.